Today I'm going to be making some oil paints, homemade oil paints using ironstone from Creswick Forest in Victoria. So I've grated it down using a microplaner of all things, like that you would use to cut your ginger. And I've only done a tiny little bit. And I have this Montmartre refined linseed oil, because apparently linseed oil is the way to go. So I'm going to add a few little drops of that to the powder, and then I'll mix it in and see how it goes. So I've just made a tiny little hole in the top there, and it says just to put the tiniest bit in there. That's probably a bit much, but that came out a lot quicker than I thought it would. So now you just mix it like this. Slowly make sure it all goes in, because you don't want it lumpy. So you just do it little bit by little bit. And then if you need more powder, you add more powder or pigment. And then it actually looks like a good consistency. It's not bad at all. An interesting smell to it. So yeah, the next step is going to use it to paint on something. I've only made the tiniest little bit just to see how it works. But some of the places that I travel to have got like the nicest shades of rocks and dirt that I could use. You must use something that's inorganic, like a rock. You can't use organic products because they will spoil. They won't stay. You can't use them. Their colours won't stay the same. Like if you use blueberries, it's not going to stay blue. It's going to turn black after a while. So yeah, just one moment and I will be back with a piece of paper. So I have this piece of paper. It's a watercolour piece of paper, but I'm just going to use it anyway. As you can see, my cat walked all over it, so I don't mind if it gets wasted. And I have a slightly wider one and a slightly smaller paintbrush, finer. So I'll try some fatter painting or wider painting, whatever. It goes onto the brush nicely. Let's see how well it comes off the brush. Now, painting is not my forte, so bear with me. And do some looks a bit gross, to be honest. It's probably a little on the dry side. I could probably put more oil in it. Anyway, here comes the fine one. So just add a little bit more to that. Okay, there's the little brown bird about to land on the ground. Doesn't look too bad actually, so that pretty much used most of it. I mean, there is still a bit in there. But for something that cost hardly anything, that's pretty good. So I'll see how that dries and I'll let you know. So I've got my funny little birdie drying over here, and I've just put this stencil over here, and I've also added some more oil so it's not so dry. Seems to spread a bit better. So I'm going to have a go of doing some of the stencil and see how that works. Probably be better with two hands because I'm holding it down with the same hand that I'm painting with. I mean, it's not that I don't have a tripod for my phone, it's just that I never think to set it up. Looks quite interesting. I might see if I can do the lizard as well. That with his tongue, his eyes. I know it's not the right brush for it either, but hey, I'm just experimenting. So we work with what we've got on hand, and I'm still unpacking all of my craft supplies since we redid our floors because everything got packed up and moved out of the rooms, but hasn't been back because I think I had like 3 viruses in a row. Feeling a bit better now, so that's alright. I had the flu for the last 2 weeks. That was a lovely bonus. Oops, I just moved it. Yeah, so hope it hasn't moved too much. Foot over here. It's actually really cathartic. I've not really ever painted with a stencil before, which is probably odd, but it's not something I've done. Most of the time with my art I use ink pens and then I colour it in digitally on Corel Draw, mostly because I am not a very good colourer in. That's a word. I'm not very good at colouring in. I tend to leave streaks and stuff, so it's much easier for me to colour in digitally and get the colours I want in the mixes I want, and you can get that ombre look that you really like and stuff. So if I make a mistake, I can also undo it. And one more leg. There it goes. Alright, let's lift it up and see how badly I did. It's not too bad, it's not great, but it's not too bad. I mean, the little sun's quite cute. Yeah, not my forte. Probably be better with a roller. Anyway, still got more paint in there, and like literally that was the tiniest little bit of ironstone that I used. You can literally see how much I grated off. There's just this tiny little bulge there. And these rocks, there are so many of them. I'll probably use the dolly crusher to crush it up next time, but though using the grater, it really did give you a really fine fine sand, which is what you want. You don't want lumps. The dolly crusher would probably give me lumps. Yeah, so it was just a, as I said, a microplaner grater thing. Yeah. So I reckon it's worth a go. That's just the one colour, Out in the bush we've got like these whitish colours. We've got greys, pinks, oranges. Yeah, so once I've gone back out there, we haven't been able to go because I haven't been well, I will grab some different colours and then I will have another go and see what I can do. Hope you've enjoyed that. Please, if you have a go, let me know and show me. I would love to see your inventions. Yeah, but oh, and the other thing you can actually use is wood ash. So if you've got some wood ash, like sometimes wood ash is like a pale grey and other times you've got like a charcoal, you can crush your charcoal up and use it. So that gives you like a light grey and a black, which then like you could almost do a monotone picture with those two colours, which would be quite amazing, especially if you incorporated shadow into the picture. But yeah, so it's dried quite well. It's not really smudging off, so yeah, that's quite good. So there's a little bit, but not too much coming off. And if we would just give that a bit of a spray with hairspray or something else, that would definitely set it in place. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have another go at that. I really enjoyed it. Okay, have a wonderful week.